Hi, it's me, Peyton. I'm coming at you from the North Georgia, Tennessee line. And I wanted to talk to y'all today about continually loving people where they are. So, a lot of times we encounter people who are making different decisions with their lives or doing things that we wouldn't necessarily do. So instead of like completely, blocking them off, it says in the Bible to continually love people where they are and continually it says be being. And the reason it says be being is because when it was translated from Greek, there wasn't an actual like word that really they could use other than being, but it really means, like, continually. So if you think "be continually," it makes a lot more sense to us English speakers because that is actually the word that it would probably be now, but when it was originally translated, they just chose "be being," so that's why it says that in the Bible. Um, it says "be being," but for real, it's just a lost in translation kind of thing. Um, it's in Ephesians 5. So, just so y'all know. But it says, "Be being filled with my presence, and I will pour through you rivers of life, reaching a lost, broken, and hurting world." And um in Greek, be is a continuous action verb, but we don't have that in English. So if you think of it as be continually filled with my presence, it makes a lot more sense. So just think of be being as be continually. So one of my mentors always used to say, and she would probably still say this today if she was still with us, but she always said, "People choose to hate people in this world for no reason at all. So I'm going to choose to love them." And I loved that about her. It really like hit home with me. I admired it and I have enveloped it and tried to love people where they are a lot, a lot more than I probably ever would have. And it's because of her. But one of the things I have noticed is there seems to be a direct correlation between Christianity and network marketing. With that said, also there seems to be a direct correlation between non-Christianity and network marketing. So you have to be very careful of A, whose team you choose, B, what message you're spreading and what influences you're letting into your life. So you have to be aware and do some research on people, like look back and see and make sure they are indeed like people you would, and I've heard this before, people you would share a bed with at training, because God knows there's like so many events that happen in the course of a year in the network marketing industry. And it would be easier for a lot of us to share the finances of a hotel room with a person on our team. So if the person on your team is not someone you would share a bed with, Houston, you may have a problem. So I always say, make sure there's someone you would share a room with because you might end up in that position. And when people do things that we don't necessarily agree with, instead of cutting them off, maybe just pray for them and lead by example, because it says over and over in the Bible to like lead by example and to be Christ-like all the time. And yeah, I can't really lead by example and be Christ-like if you're too busy cutting people out of your life and being all, disingenuous about things. So pray for them, but be steadfast and immovable in your convictions, because that is so important. And knowing the work that you do for the Lord is important. And remember that God says in Proverbs 8:17, I love those who love me, and those who seek me diligently will find me. So if you look, you're going to find, I promise. You just have to look in the word and you'll find it. So love people where they are. And I challenge you to take a hard look within and see who you've cut off in maybe the last 6 months. And if maybe you could reach out to them and say, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's work through our differences, because we are here on earth for a short period of time. So what we do matters in that short period of time. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all have the best day ever.